89.
But they are in similar situations overall as well. And by that I mean 2021. I'll get into that in a little bit more detail in the next leg. But let's see what Jack can do from here.
100.
Positive last dart to leave a 2-darter. Kai successful on dart 1. Misses the opportunity of getting tops
97.
on the end of a 157. Another. Leaves tops for him. And that's something he cleans up without any messing whatsoever. Nice little sign there from Jack Main, who looks like he's wearing a shirt that has been clawed at by a very large carnivorous animal.
$60.
Yeah, both of these players are not currently in a provisional spot for the Players' Championship finals or indeed the World Championship, but
80.
Jack Main does not have the pressure that Kai Fan Leung has when it comes to tour privileges, because this is Jack's first year.
93.
You could really accuse Jack of having this year and just learning his trade a bit. He is a Pro Tour rookie. He's got great technique, good temperament.
85.
Maybe he will have the opportunity to kick on a little bit in 2022, but will we be seeing Fat Beauty next year? Yes, that's the nickname of Kai Fan Leung before you say anything.
93.
And this man has got dart shirts. Look at this beauty right here. There's a lot going on. It looks like a Marvel comic. In fact, it looks better than a Marvel comic. Look at the back of
80.
it. That is some good illustrating right there. If that was on the front of a comic book, I'd buy that.
133.
But right now, Kai Fan Leung wants to buy wins, because as far as the World Championship is concerned, he's ranked 65th in the qualifying list, of which only 32 players will get a spot at Ali Pali, so he's well outside of that. He's 91st on the
59.
list for Minehead. Of 64 players who will get an invite for that one. And as far as his tour card is concerned, he's projected to be 95th in the world when he's got to be inside the top 64, so things are not looking good.
$58.
Will things change after this visit, because he can put pressure on Jack's position. That looks useful.
85.
Third dart not so. Should have been in 2-dart range. Another 16. Similar checkout to the first leg. Different double,
32.
different result. So Leung really should be sitting on 97 or something less than that. He can only get one shot at a double, and does.
80.
But finds pretty much the same spot that Jack found with his effort at double 16. Double 8.
Game shot.
That's found, and Jack Main takes a 2-0 lead here, at the same time that Adrian Lewis has been knocked out of the tournament by John Worsley. 6-4 to the man they call Womble.
140.
And Adrian Lewis, worryingly, averaging only 81.95 in his first round match. It's a real stumble
45.
today after making the final on Tuesday. Another person struggling to keep his card right now is Matthew Edgar, and he has been eliminated in the first round today by Ross Smith in a really
100.
tight match. 6 legs to 5 with Ross surviving. Plenty of food for thought for the Edgar Nation.
96.
I don't don't know whether anybody has caught a glimpse of something that Leung Kai-fan has on the table with him. It's something that resembles a tennis ball.
41.
Not a tennis ball that is fully inflated though. It's something he puts his hand on. And I believe it's full of either some sort of residue or chalk, and it gives him the ability to take some sweat off his fingers. There you see it. These are the little gains that you try to find as a
39.
professional dart player. Whether it's something akin to what Simon Whitlock uses, which is a residue style chalk that you get out of a little canister,
43.
or whether it's a ball of something like that, or whether you're Keith Deller and you just coat your darts in so much chalk that you completely cover the dartboard in white, because that happens when he plays. Ricky Evans
89.
has just beaten Mensa Sulevic out on board number 12. Ricky trying to play with a bit of inspiration today after the sad loss of his grandfather a couple of days ago. Our thoughts
22.
really do go out to the Evans family. They're a close-knit bunch down in Northamptonshire. I know they'll all be rooting for Ricky today. Double 16 for Kai.
76.
This would be some sort of pinch. This would be a Yogi Bear style pinch, looking for picnic baskets.
96.
Well, he can't find what he needed to find, and Leung says, "It's my picnic basket."
Game shot.
And it is his leg. Halves the deficit. Opportunity for Jack to get an even bigger jump. Very similar to what we saw from Scott Mitchell in the last match, but it didn't do Scott any favours, because he was ultimately dumped out by losing the last 4 legs against Van der Voort. One thing you will see over the next few days, not tomorrow, but Saturday and Sunday, is a bit more Asian representation in the women's series. Mikuru Suzuki has made the trip from Japan once again. She arrived last night, but she has company this time
100.
in the shape of Yukie Sakaguchi. I am particularly excited about watching Yukie this weekend because she is a Japanese superstar. And it's great to see somebody else giving it a go from that part of the world,
100.
because they've got so many talents over there that are yet to be discovered in steel tip. Soft tip still does dominate that part of the world. But Kai has
98.
shown over the last couple of years and previous to that they are just as good at this form of the game. Played in World Cups with Royden Lam, who is one of the best soft tip players on the planet, and of course has shown his mettle in steel tip as well.
100.
Now, I'm someone who looks at the game technically, mentally and commercially. Tell you what, if Jack Main was to reach the high end of this game towards the top 16, he'd be a bit of a pin-up. He's a good looking lad. He's an excellent footballer, of course, but injury put pay to that. And now he's a dart player, and we are lucky to have him. Double 18.
74.
Not far away from the back of the net there for 3-1. .420s for Bull. Needs 3 now. Gets 3. 50 points for 2-2.
94.
Could be classified as a good miss, really. But only if Jack fails here.
Game shot.
Well, Jack Main does not fail. And he's 3-1 up and at the halfway point. I'm joined by Dan Dawson, who has come over from streamboard number 2. Good day to you, Dan.
Good afternoon. I don't know how good your board's been over here, but it's been absolutely blinding on streaming board 2, I have to say.
125.
It's been alright. Callum Ridds was way too good for Bradley Brooks. Westy was imperious with the 180s. Great to see as he destroyed the board with his incredibly aggressive points.
25.
And Van der Voort, after being 4-2 down and 3-0 down, went a little bit bananas in the last 4 legs, including a 1-4-1 checkout.
Oh, I haven't seen
99.
Leung or Kai Fan or Kevin or Fat Beauty or Kev or any of the other names that he goes by for quite some time. I'm just trying to make sense of his darts shirt. There's a lot going on. Like, what's all the sort of cartoony stuff?
I've likened it to a Marvel comic.
Yeah, it's got that sort of comic book feel about it. I like it. I mean, is this like...
I'm sure I can see on the
100.
trim of the left side of his shirt something that is either a car exhaust or a fast food chain drink. I can't decipher which one it is.
I think he might have some sort of like Gundams on it, like big mecha, like Mecha Kevin. It's good. I like it. It's different.
I'd buy it.
Well, he's got. Look,
137.
there's a lot to be said for having a bit of an image, a bit of a gimmick. I remember back in the day, some bloke who used to wear sunglasses walking on stage.
40.
What an idiot!
Yeah.
Oh, it's you.
Was it?
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. Tops for Kai.
Game shot.
And there he is, getting his second leg of the contest. Just keeping Jack Main guessing. But Jack has that break in the bank. Just get the feeling that there's going to be a twist in the tail in this one. I was saying a little bit earlier, Dan, that they've only won 1 game each this week, but both against the same opponent in Harold Leitinger.
Yeah, I was just having a look at Kai Fan's numbers for the year. He's averaging about 90. Now, I remember when
40.
he came through Q school, and without exaggeration, he was regularly posting 105s, 106. You know, as high as 108. Really, really impressive stuff.
60.
But he seemed to suffer a sort of a big loss of form and confidence at the back end of last year, and I don't think he's fully recovered from it.
He played a lot of home tour darts. And I don't think he
171.
really enjoyed the fact that he didn't have the interaction with the other players. Some people really thrived with that, like Nathan Aspinall, Damon Hetta. They wanted that competitive practice no matter what the arena. But I just get the feeling that Kai, with his experience in both steel and soft tip, he just likes to be in the same room as other combatants.
95.
And he's gone to 19s over the last 6 darts, and it has been quite fruitful.
He's certainly a good player. I just don't think we've seen him
108.
settled. But Jack Main sets that up absolutely marvellously.
I love that. There was a bit of spirit in that 180. That third dart was never going to be short.
133.
It's almost as if he was refusing to not have a 180.
Game shot.
That's a great leg from Jack Main. Just get the feeling that maybe if he has the opportunity to bolster his adrenaline, he might be a slightly more talented player than we think. Now, he's still a good player, but I think maybe there's another level to find with Jack.
96.
And it could well be that when he graces the big stage, the biggest of them all, for the first time, he might start to learn what kind of player he actually is.
Well, I think
85.
the best I've seen from Jack is probably, again, at Q School. He's been around for a little while playing youth tour stuff, challenge tour stuff. Hadn't really done a great deal, but all of a sudden turned up at Q School at the start of this year and was checking in high 90s, 100 averages, and was looking like one of the best guys in the room. Now, having got on the tour, that's job one. He knows he's still got a lot of learning to do.
45.
There's a lot to work with, though. He looks very energetic. I think he's the kind of player that will revel in long days when he gets a bit of confidence, but technically he's very, very solid.
100.
You know, it's only a game that he came to as a result of his very serious football injuries, where basically his knees exploded. But it was while he was recovering that he had a dartboard up and just started throwing at it. Didn't even know what the numbers were, the routes, anything like that. just seen as a physical challenge.
One of the reasons why darts is fun at the start is because, let's face it, human beings like throwing things. As long as you can do it in a safe manner.
It's a simple game. But
46.
very difficult to play well.
It's that old ism from poker, isn't it? As Leung takes tops and gets within one again. Mike Sexton once said, it takes a minute to learn and a lifetime to master. I think that's very apt for darts as well.
140.
Who's been your standout performance of the day so far?
I've watched a couple of astonishing games. Alan Suter was 4-0 up and averaging close to 120 and lost to Kim Hybrex, who's ended up with an average of around about 100. A genuinely incredible game of darts.
Well, one that's just completed over on board 3 is mind-boggling, because Luke Woodhouse has beaten Florian Hempel. Hempel has averaged 106. Woodhouse has averaged 108.
104.
What a game!
Florian Hempel gets better and better and better. That man is going places. He is really, really good.
He's not just good, he's making other people better, because people understand the threat that he poses now.
I can't remember off the top of my head who beat him yesterday, but he lost at the 99 average. Florian Hempel is really exciting for German darts right now. I know Max Hopp is in some serious bother, but we had Gabriel Clemens reach the final yesterday. Martin Schindler looks like he could win one of these over the course of this week
26.
or when we're back here to round off the season. And Florian Hempel is breaking through as a major star from Germany. Jack Main is looking to leave himself double 12. It could be another perfect setup shot. Not quite, but it's good.
I'm just screaming in my own head there. Stay in rhythm, Jack. Don't fling that last dart. You might pay for it. Well, instead of having double 12, he's now got to clean up
87.
with darts 1 or 2 to get 1 or 2 shots at double. Very good. He gave himself the 2 shots, and that deserves full credit, because now he's 5-3 up, and I believe he's the better player in this contest so far.
And it's interesting. I mean, look, I only came into this after the first 3 legs when Jack was 2-1 up. He's 10 points behind in the averages, but it just seems that
93.
they're taking it in turns almost. One has a good leg, the other has a good leg. Just that perhaps Kevin's good legs are a dart or 2 better than Jack's. Doesn't matter though, does it? Because Jack's got 5 of them and he only needs 1 more.
Correct. He's done all the yard work, and he knows a thing or 2 about yard work, because he works on a building site, doesn't he? Now he's just got to polish this job off by giving everything a good jet wash and making it look polished.
Winner of this to face Vincent van der Voort, is that right?
That is correct.
99.
I'm still marvelling at what he did in that match. He was 4-3 down. Then he took it 141 after Mitchell missed 3 at tops. Then he took it 120 and 90.
96.
He was perfect on the finishing in the last 3 legs, and Mitchell looked shook by what he saw.
'97.
It hasn't really been a successful season for both of these two, but like I mentioned, they're under different pressures. Kai looking to save his privileges, but he is hanging on in this game by the skin of his teeth. And Jack, who doesn't have
93.
as much experience as a lot of players in this room, will have to have good patience against Kev, because he really does take his time at times.
130.
Good darts. Very good darts. Leaves him on a 1 treble combo finish. And it may mean that the 161 has got to go. And it's not going to.
One person who has gone to round 2 is John Henderson. He's just won by 6 legs to 1.
41.
Here's Jack Main about to win 6-3. Simple equation. 60, pick your single, and the subsequent double. Could go treble 18 here.
I think that'll be the sensible shot. Yeah, it's hard to get through to the treble 20 there.
72.
But you're somebody like Michael Smith, somebody like Michael Van Gerwen, they'd be looking at the treble 18 there, to then come down for an admittedly awkward double at the bottom of the board. But at least it's a dart at the double.
I loved in the background there, Kev was doing the old ghost dart, giving it a bit of practice swing. This has got to be perfect, and it isn't, so Jack Main should get 2 darts for the match.
60.
What's it to be? 16 for tops. That's where he's looking. And that's where he's hitting as well. Jack Main, the main man, gets it done. A 6-3 victory over Leung Fan, and it means that Jack will take on Vincent van der Voort for a spot in a rare board final this year.